Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel, where we break down academic English to make your writing shine. In today's video, we're going to tackle something that every student must know. That is how to write an argumentative essay. Whether you're a high school student, a university freshman, or just brushing up on your skills, you've come to the right place. Let's dive right in. So, what exactly is an argumentative essay? Essentially, you're making a claim and supporting it with evidence, like a lawyer defending a case in court. Sounds easy? Well, not so fast. There's a structure you need to follow, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Let's start with the introduction, which sets the tone for the whole piece. Think of it as your first impression. You want it to be powerful, concise, and informative. First, you need a strong opening sentence, also known as a hook. This can be a shocking fact, a question, or a brief anecdote that grabs your reader's attention. For example, over 1.5 billion people worldwide lack access to clean water. Boom, you've got them hooked. Next, you provide some background information. This helps your reader understand the context. You don't need to go into too much detail, but you do need to set the stage for the debate. Let's say your essay is about climate change. Give a quick summary of the issue. After that, introduce the controversy. Every good argumentative essay revolves around a debatable topic. Show both sides briefly. For example, the debate over how to address climate change remains contentious. Environmental scientists, supported by the IPCC, argue for urgent global measures, warning that failure to act could result in irreversible damage to ecosystems. Here, add the word conversely to introduce an idea that is different from one stated before. Conversely, opponents claim that aggressive climate action could harm economic growth, especially in fossil fuel-dependent industries, and lead to job losses. And finally, the grand finale of your introduction, the thesis statement. This is your stance on the issue and the key reasons why you hold that stance. It should be one sentence. The thesis statement must clearly state your stance and the supporting reasons. Like this one. Therefore, it is argued that immediate, coordinated global action is necessary to address climate change, as the economic, environmental, and public health consequences are far too severe to ignore. All right, once you've set up a killer introduction, it's time to move into the body paragraphs. Each of these paragraphs should focus on a specific reason that supports your thesis. Let's break it down into topic sentence, evidence, explanation, and a link. The first sentence of each paragraph is your topic sentence. This sentence introduces the main idea of the paragraph. Imagine you're writing a body paragraph about the economic effects of climate change. Your topic sentence could be something like, one major consequence of climate change is the disruption of global economies. Next, you need evidence to back up your claim. This is where you bring in data, studies, quotes, or expert opinions. For instance, you could say, according to a 2022 report published by the World Bank, natural disasters fueled by climate change cost the global economy over $200 billion annually. But don't stop there. Elaborate on your evidence. Explain its importance and how it connects to your argument. Something like, this financial strain disproportionately affects developing countries, worsening global inequality. Do you see how that expands on the evidence? And finally, link everything back to your thesis. Your last sentence should connect your topic back to the overall argument of your essay, like this. By ignoring climate change, we risk severe economic instability that will affect every nation on the planet. Boom! It completes the whole picture. All right, we've come to the final part, the conclusion. This is where you wrap everything up neatly and leave your reader with a lasting impression. So, how do you make sure your conclusion hits all the right notes? First, start by restating your thesis, but do it in a fresh way. You don't want to sound repetitive. For example, instead of repeating, climate change is an urgent crisis, you could say, the pressing threat of climate change demands immediate and comprehensive action. Next, you'll want to summarize the key points from your body paragraphs. Think of this as a quick recap, but keep it brief and concise. Here's an example. From the destruction of ecosystems to the impact on global economies and public health, The evidence is clear. Ignoring climate change will have dire consequences. Now, here's where you take it one step further. You need a call to action or a final thought that gives your readers something to think about, or even a suggestion for what they can do next. For instance, now is the time for nations to set aside their differences and come together to confront this global threat before it is too late. And that's it. With a well-crafted conclusion, you'll leave your reader convinced, thoughtful, and maybe even inspired to take action. And that's it. With a well-crafted conclusion, you'll leave your reader convinced, thoughtful, and maybe even inspired to take action. Don't forget to add a reference list after the conclusion. That's a wrap on today's video. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to craft an effective argumentative essay, from writing a strong introduction to structuring clear body paragraphs, and finally wrapping it all up with a solid conclusion. Remember, the key is to present your argument clearly, back it up with solid evidence, and always link your points back to your thesis. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to keep practicing, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next video.